Hey folks, this is Chandran here with the Untouchable challenge. The rules are in the description, and today we're going to be looking at a secret fight in the Githyanki monastery. Or more precisely, it's a secret addition to a fight. There are 5 Githyanki that you normally cannot fight, but if you do it the way I do it in my opener here, you're going to be able to bring them into a fight. This will grant you an extra 375 experience, and more importantly, it's gonna make for a really fun fight. Okay, so here we go. The first thing we need is some way to be immune to fear. I'm using heroism from the Absolutes Warboard. I go into turn base right away, equip the other shields, and consume a berry to proc my unheal effects. Then I'm ready to start the conversation by clicking the door. As soon as we enter the conversation, I change character so that I can get to Shovel. And Shovel goes in and starts the combat from stealth. This is how we get our surprise and how we actually get these 5 into the fight. You can see the Githyanki out here in the hallway are not gonna be pulled in right now. They will be later. There's even if you attack them out there, they won't be pulled in now, but they will be later anyways. I don't know exactly what's going on, but it's kind of weird. I fly up the methods and try to get muddy on as many as possible. I was quite lucky with the first one that I hit the middle one. That's the most important one for now. And Shovel, I just get out of the way. I don't know why I needed to do that right there, but sometimes I just switch around between the characters a little unnecessarily. Maybe she was in the way. That might have been why. So we open here with a shot on the middle one and an ice surface beneath them. This is both for crowd control, but also to deal a little bit of extra damage. And we should be able to get a kill with the second shot there. Great. As you can see, 75 experience per Githyanki here, so it's a good 5 times that. You can earn. That's pretty decent. I think that should be 375 experience. If we break this haste potion here, both of the methods get an attack, and I have another attack left by myself. So two actions left. I'm using a single arrow of Many Shot here because they're quite set up for that. Very lucky with the critical hit. I'm of course shooting on one of the ones where I get advantage to up the chance of that happening. I'm also wearing the Knife of the Undermountain King and some stuff like that, but it's still lucky. Kill the next one. I'm just trying to get these over and done with as fast as possible. Hopefully maybe the methods can deal with one more here. And we also have Mr. Skeleton to see if he can get something done. So some amount of damage, and then I'm just moving the methods away. The plan here is for them to be safe out there, because if someone adds from outside, they shouldn't be able to get all the way in. But as you'll see later, that was not the ideal plan for this situation. I'm placing a potion of grease in the doorway, and then I'm just running the skeleton in. I don't know if it's shutting the door in this case that makes him hostile, or if it's because he sees someone in there. But there's every single time I tried this, they go hostile. Yeah, in case you don't know, I prep for these fights, the more important ones of them on Tactician. So I have a kind of idea what abilities are going to be the scary ones. In this case, it would be the fear, because if that fear lands, yeah, we're in trouble. So we're done here for the first round, basically. I'm placing myself so as to lure What's-Her-Face into the middle of the ice patch and the group of dudes here, so that if I attack her, I would be able to cleave off to the rest of them with arrows. These guys out here, I shut the door. That's mainly to make them run all the way to it, but the way it's situated, it doesn't really matter, because the first one, as you can see there, runs straight in, doesn't even have to make a save, I don't think. And the other one can just jump in. But none of them get to do anything. At least that's quite nice. These guys are pretty stuck over here, unfortunately. So we need to either take an attack of opportunity, eat an attack of opportunity, or mud breath the dude who's in their face. So that's what I said with the positioning not being great there. Considering various things here, let's just get the simple things out of the way first. I think that's my contemplation here. So we set up the bait with Shovel, hoping that the wolves are gonna go for that. And then get the skeleton into position. This does not actually give higher ground. I thought it did. That's why he's up there. But apparently it doesn't. Double model there is pretty sweet, and we got the important one, so that's even better. And then we just like want to try to put some damage into things. I think I'm gonna leave this guy alive for a little longer to cleave off of the boss onto him. None of the attacks of opportunity trigger there because they're both muddied, so we're in a good situation. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with Synthar here. I don't want to shoot from melee. I could try and get a kill with the Halo Spores, which was what I was contemplating, but I think I'm just gonna end up eating the attack of opportunity. Once again, we're just doing the simple things first. We know what we want to do with this method. Go up here and mod breath these two, hoping to get muddy on some of them. We got muddy on the close one, which is pretty sweet. And the other one should need to run through mod or something, or go for the bait with the shovel over there.
I won't give in.
At this point, before we start attacking anyone, we need to, with the methods I mean, we need to see how much AoE damage. Luckily she misses, and we can move away to a good position. I start by dropping down a healing potion here. I'm contemplating using one of the no action healing items, but there's no reason. Because I can drop down a healing potion, and then I can drop down a spiked bulb. I want to have advantage on the main boss here. So if I break the spiked bulb in their face, she's gonna get bleeding, and because of my Boal's Blessed, that means I get advantage on him. I move away so I don't get spiked myself. I hit one of the methods, which is pretty bad. Should have moved it a little further away. And then I forget to go back into the healing cloud, as you can see there. We shoot with lightning arrows. Those are like the simplest AoE effects that doesn't get lower damage by muddied. I like the ice arrows for control, so I'm not using those. The critical hit there that actually killed it was pretty sweet. And then we might even be able to take out Githyanki, which is apparently her name. I just remember her as the fear one. I also want to take out the caster over in the corner here. But rather than going for a silence arrow on her here, I'm just going to try and see if the pets can handle her. With the critical hit there, that's pretty decent chance that they're going to do that. Both of the methods have at least one attack left. Yeah, they have one attack left each, because they both moth-breaded this turn. And being quite lucky, I'd say, to get her with the 3 pets there. But that's why we try that first, to see if it works. And then get a shot on her there. So at this point, we only have the wolves and the reinforcements we need to worry about. And as long as we can get a couple of radiant orbs on them, they shouldn't have too great of a chance to hit. We got the radiant orb on both of them there. That's why we want to bunch them up as much together. I move into melee here, not because I want to provoke attack opportunity, but basically just because I want them to be attacking Synthar. The chance that they hit him is not that great. And these wolves should not be able to reach anyone from where they're at. Falling on the prone surface, this is why we use ice arrows. Especially if you get muddy and an ice arrow, that means they have disadvantage on the dexterity saving throw, which is quite sweet. And as you can see, this guy fell down as well. So now they're just lying down all over the place. Should probably go and attack them with the methods, to be honest. Just because they are lying down, and that'll give me advantage.
Another fight. Let's go.
But muddy debuff does as well, of course. I think I do go and attack at least one of them here. Yeah, that's good. See if we can get this guy down. Great. I'm shutting the door. That's mostly to force them to run into, or at least close to the ice in this case. I don't think it's actually close enough that they need to run into the ice to open the door. But that's the idea of it. And then I'm flying the methods away, because this is the last turn of our speed potion, so we're going to have Lethargic in a second here. And I don't want the methods to be the ones taking attacks during that. If they are lucky, the wolves can kill the methods. Like double critical or something like that. It's not like likely to happen, but if they get several turns on them because of the other thing. I noticed the healing potion here that I didn't step in last turn. Sigh a little of myself and then go into it now. At least we didn't miss any shots last turn, so the bless effect probably didn't matter too much. And we should still have had our dipped in poison, because it lasts 1 turn longer than the bless. Here, another ice surface, hoping that they'll stumble on it because of the muddy debuff. And then just see if we can get in some damage here. Yeah, more ice, so that they're both on ice. I don't know exactly how big the first ice surface was. I want to control them as much as possible, moving Synthar into not melee, but close enough that they're quite certain to go for him. And then, yeah, because this guy got so low from my Halo, I'm going to try with Shovel, and I exactly get it down, which is pretty sweet. I didn't really need the second ice arrow in that case. I could have used another special arrow for the same effect. And we get the awesome going prone there. For whatever reason, as you can see, he ran into the ice, but the ice has gone away in the meanwhile. There's some weird timing effects on those puddles, and there we have the Lethargic, so they get to go again before I get to go with the actual team. Skeleton does get to go again. I don't know. This is mostly because I think it's fun, yeah. There's no real tactical reason for shutting that in her face, but it is admittedly quite fun. At least to my, at this moment, quite tired brain, I think. So, get into a position where she's not easily shot at to bait onto Synthar if possible. And then Shovel can go there and go invisible. I'm setting up a bait to lure her further into the room so I don't have to run through mud or something to get to her in case I want to go there. With Shovel later. Nice miss, and I think it even dropped down from reverberation there. He hits again, but once again Warding Flare saves us. That's, I think, second time in this fight. Pretty sweet for one level. And then let's see if we can land a Muddy debuff on her. There we go. No extra attacks now, we don't have the speed anymore, that's fine. Just moving both of them efforts into melee with the ranged dude to provoke attacks of opportunity. Either she stands still, gets a disadvantage on her attacks, or she moves. But in this case it doesn't matter because she dies. So, moving the skeleton up, that's because I still think this gives height advantage. It's so I can get Synthar up there and get a little bit of extra bonus on his shot. But I don't get the extra bonus, so it doesn't really do anything. There we go, put some damage into the wolf, and we are done. Awesome fight, one of the harder ones here, at least if you bring in the secret extra 5 ones that you can. And thanks to Melth for showing me how you do that. So thank you for joining, if you have been. I've been Shanflin. You have most definitely been awesome. Don't forget to do the YouTube stuff, and bye-bye.